My ears keep popping out. Gourmands that I cannot live without. What does that mean? That I'm gonna die if someone steals them? Probably, okay? Probably. It's that serious. I wanted to pick 5. And I was looking at them like, how can I? No, that's not doable. That is not doable. Then I wanted to pick 7. Then I decided to do like 8 and some honorable mention. You know what? Bear with me because I got something good for you. Something good, pun intended, edible, delicious, finger licking. If you are a gourmand girly or a gourmand guy, because I don't see anything wrong with men wearing these fragrances, these type of fragrances, maybe not all, some, it depends, you know, debatable. Look into these, okay? I'm not saying you should blind buy them unless you're feeling risque. In no particular order. Sugar Addict. So this fragrance needs to win a prize right now. I just realized, it just hit me. This is the fragrance I got stopped, questioned, and complimented the most, I think. If it's not the most, if it's not number 1, it's in top 3. But I think it's number 1, this fragrance. There is something about the trail of this fragrance. First of all, it's very strong, okay? So the trail, and of course, you know, I overspray. So the trail of this fragrance does something to the people who smell it, everyone basically, that they need to know what it is. Like, I literally got people following me, like, what are you wearing? What is it? What is it? I'm not saying each time I wear it, that happens. That would be a lie. Who says that happens all the time? Okay, maybe it happens to certain people. It doesn't happen each time to me. Definitely not. But last time I wore this and I went like just, you know, doing stuff around, like meeting people that don't know me. And they were like, there were several people saying, oh my God, this smells amazing. What is it? Da, 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 da. This is a sugary, boozy, cinnamon type of fragrance. There is cacao in the notes. But what I want to say is that this fragrance does not smell like chocolate. Yes, I can detect the cinnamon. The cinnamon is pretty prominent, not crazy prominent. I have another fragrance in this video that is like has cinnamon in a more prominent way. This one is mostly about this sugary, boozy, a little bit of like spiciness. It's very addictive, hence the name. Like, for real, it is very addictive. There is something in the trail of this fragrance that just makes people go crazy. Now, I get it how you might think this fragrance is very expensive, because guess what? It is very expensive. And I was shocked. I was in Paris, and my friend Kiki, her channel is My Fragrance Trail, here on YouTube and on Instagram the same. Why is my nose itchy? She showed me a fragrance from LATTAFA, and she said it smells just like Sugar Addict. I was like, okay. So she gave it to me. I sprayed it on my arm, and it was unbelievable. Like, exactly the same, very strong, just like this one. Honestly, you cannot tell them apart. I don't have it. I don't have that fragrance. She has it. I tried it, and I was not disappointed, obviously. I asked it from the brand. In all honesty, I did ask for it. I was like, can you send me this fragrance? Because I would very much like to have it. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy. I'm going to put it on the screen. You can buy it. I even have a code with them. You can buy it if you're in the US. You can buy it with this code. In Europe, I don't have a code yet. I don't have a source yet. You can probably find it. Just make sure it's the real deal. Let's continue with the Holy Grail Gourmands. If I could marry a fragrance, it would be probably, maybe I could marry more than one fragrance, but one of them would definitely be Jany. Now Jany smells like pastry, like baked apple cinnamon puff pastry. That's a long one, but this is how it smells. Like, it's so delicious. I love desserts with apple. Like, I love apple pie, apple, blah, 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 blah. Anything with apple, stuff floating in the air. Anything with apple. So, I mean, there's that. Maybe I'm biased. But honestly, this fragrance is so delicious. I just cannot. Does it beat Mandorle? You know, I'm in love with Mandorle from the same brand. No. Because this smells like a dessert. It's actually inspired by a dessert. But Mandorle is just sexier. It's sexier than this, okay? I'm still saying if you want to get something from SORA, DORA, just get Mandorle. But, like, don't listen to me, just test. But if you want something delicious, not overwhelming, but not weak. This is not weak. Try this one. There's also cinnamon in here. It's not very prominent. What else? Caramel. It's not crazy prominent. It's not like a fake caramel fragrance. This one mostly puff pastry, apple, little sprinkle of cinnamon. Okay, I'm hungry. I did not stop loving this fragrance ever since I got it, although I kind of stopped talking about it. Do you remember it? So this is sugar leather. This is not entirely, I mean, this is a gourmand, okay? This is a gourmand. Even though it has leather in the name, don't be fooled by that. The leather is somewhere far in the back. This is mostly like a cinnamon, caramel, tonka, I think. There's tonka. Like dried fruits. It has the same vibe as Oajan vibe, the same vibe. I'm not saying it's the same exact fragrance, but it has that, like, I don't know, it smells like winter. It smells like the holidays. Yeah, winter holidays. I don't know why I associate it like this. I make this thing in my head, but like sugar leather is delicious. Some people maybe wear it in the summer. For me, this is a winter fragrance. I can wear it in the summer. I don't care. If I feel like wearing this fragrance in the summer, I'm going to do it. But like there's something, there's like a certain like syrupy aspect to it in the most pleasant way, because this is, okay, this is sweet, but it's not as sweet as Jardin de Misva. If you know, that one is from the same brand. It used to be my favorite from the brand. Now this is my favorite from the brand. Next, I got 2 chocolate perfumes, because I couldn't just decide for one. In the meanwhile, I remember that I have more chocolate perfumes that I love. But you know what? I'm not even going there. So, first of all, Le Gourmand, and then Lait et Chocolat. The first one is from Jussé, the second is from Chabot. They both feature chocolate, but they're so different. First of all, Le Gourmand has this rich Nutella, like hazelnut chocolate spread. It kind of smells like warm croissants filled with Nutella. You just baked them. You took them out of the oven, you let them there to cool a little bit until you just jump them. And this is this fragrance. You cannot, or maybe you can, but I'm just saying, you cannot have a more realistic, delicious, mouth-watering chocolate fragrance than this one. At least I haven't tried it. Is it a good thing? Yes, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's too realistic for some. So it's like a double sword thing. Is that how you say it? It's, you know, it goes both ways. Maybe for some it's really, really amazing that it smells so realistic and so like it just makes you crave that type of dessert. But for other people, it's going to be like, but do I really want to smell like a pastry chef? Lait Chocolat smells more like Belgian chocolate, like the type of real chocolate made with real milk. This is how it smells. I heard people saying, oh, but it smells kind of synthetic. I just don't get that from it. I don't get the synthetic. On me, like, I get a lot of compliments with it. Not saying that that's just like, okay, that's all that matters. Oh, you get a lot of compliments with it? Oh, then it must be good. Not necessarily. Like, usually sweet bombs get a lot of compliments. This is sweet, but it's not crazy sweet. I would say this is less realistic. So it's like that melted Belgian chocolate that I was saying, but it's less realistic than the previous one. I don't know how to say it otherwise, but you kind of need this fragrance in your life if you think that a combination between popcorn, there's no caramel, but I kind of smell a little bit of caramel. Okay, let's say no caramel. Popcorn, dried apricots, that's not necessarily one of the main notes, but apple pie is, and a little bit of cinnamon. And I don't know, there's this fantasy dessert made with all of these elements, because I don't know a real dessert that uses all these elements. Like, it sounds a little bit crazy, like over the top, but the fragrance smells so good. Like, there are dried fruits. If I didn't know, okay, let's say I didn't know. Like a saltiness must be the popcorn. Like the dried fruits must be the dried apricots. And the apple, yes. The apple of my eye. It smells delicious, but it doesn't smell like food too much, which is a good thing. I'm wearing it as we speak, okay? I could smell it on myself the whole day. It is strong. It is delicious. It is not overwhelming, because it's not too sweet. It's not too strong. It still keeps that balance between foodie elements and perfumey elements. So I would say, yes, if you're into gourmands that don't smell too much like food, don't literally put you in the kitchen, this is one to look into. I always said that Caramel Pop from VIVAMOR is the best caramel popcorn fragrance on the market. Did I test them all? Of course not. But I test a few because at some point I was a little bit obsessed. Like, you know, I have these moments when I'm like, okay, I want to test all the fragrances that have milk in the notes, that have chocolate in the notes. And then I just get a bunch, I buy, or I, whatever. It depends. Maybe there's a trend happening. Like now, I feel like there's a trend with pistachio. So caramel pop smells very realistic, like caramel and popcorn. Caramel, popcorn, chestnut. Very interesting. I wouldn't have guessed. Okay. Mostly it is caramel, popcorn, of course, vanilla. There is like a deeper undertone, which is probably benzoin with this fragrance. But overall, it smells more realistic than Poka. Mirage Gourmand smells like Danish pastries. I'm going to put a picture on the screen because I'm not even sure this is the scientific name of the dessert I'm referring to. But it's literally a pastry with these almond flakes on top. Very realistic, very delicious, totally layerable. Another honorable mention is my own fragrance. I don't have a bottle yet, which is why it is an honorable mention. I'm gonna put two pictures here as if I'm holding two bottles, not just one. I'm gonna have my own bottle in a few days, in 3-4 days when I go to New York. But for now, regarding the smell, you're gonna have to take my word for it because nobody else can smell it, again, for now. And unless you're coming to New York to Scent Explore, which I encourage you to do so, because you can test a lot of other fragrances, not just my fragrance. You know, maybe you already ordered it. I don't know. If you did, I hope you enjoyed. I really hope you enjoyed. I pray at night before I go to sleep that you enjoy it. It is a delicious fragrance. You have all these edible elements in it. You have the caramel, the milk froth, the toffee, the vanilla. You have the tonka, of course, the benzoin, a little bit of musk. By the way, the musk is the least prominent note in the fragrance. Just so you know, there is no dirtiness or anything weird coming from that musk, okay? Black Friday is still happening for another week, so you can get 15% on the new launches. This includes Sharida's fragrance and Chris's fragrance, Chris Perfume Nest. So you can get their fragrances for 15% off, plus, and mine, of course, plus this body spray that is worth $95. Now you can get it for free. And the other fragrances have discounts as well. So if you want something previously launched, like a little bit of an older fragrance, not these brand new young fragrances that you should get, maybe you want something a little bit older, then you can get those for even better prices. I think they're around $127 at this point. I shouldn't be talking about this. I should be pushing my own fragrance. Shouldn't I? Yeah. Another honorable mention is Crumb Couture from Sniff. Now, they literally have a croissant on the front side of the packaging. To me, this smells like a warm croissant, but also a red fruit type of gem, or like a spread, a red fruit spread. Together, it smells like breakfast. It literally smells like a delicious warm breakfast in a hotel. Because at home, you don't bake this for yourself. You don't do this for yourself. But when you go to a hotel, that's when you pamper yourself. You get you eat the nice stuff and so on. Now, why is it an honorable mention? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's because of the longevity. The longevity is not crazy good. It's not like the weakest fragrance out there. It doesn't last that much. I wish it did. I wish it lasted more. But I love it nevertheless. You know what? Yes, it is in here. I didn't even not consider it, because I have to. I have to. This is like creamy, milky ice cream with this caramel crust thing. Like, it's just very delicious, very, very edible. And because I am a hardcore fan, I got this as well, okay? I actually bought this. As well. Body lotion smells just the same. It is pretty strong when it comes to smell. Of course, you can put this and layer it with another fragrance, not just this one, if you want to just play with it a little bit. This was my delicious video for today. Please tell me your favorite gourmands. Put it in the comments. Please, you're gonna make me buy stuff, most likely. But that's okay. That's fine. I accept it, and I'm willing to do that. Have an amazing day, and see you next time. Bye.